What's going on, Unfazed crew? So, my goal for this year is to see one movie every single week in theaters. If I miss one, then I have to see two the next week. So I saw Nightmare Alley last week, which I'll talk about, but now I just saw Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, I believe it was, James Dean movie. Wacky. One of the weirdest things I've seen. It was crazy as I saw this movie like 10, 11 years ago, and I remember it being decent. What the fuck was I thinking? This movie was bizarre, man. Like, there were elements of a good movie in there, but the dialogue was some of the weirdest shit I've ever heard, and the acting was incredibly strange. Yeah, for what it was, 3 out of 5, I guess, because James Dean only gave us 3 performances, but bizarre. Really bizarre. I'm with some friends. Let's hear what they had to say. All right, Matt, what did you think?
I mean, I have to agree with you about 100% everything you said. It was wild. Never saw the movie. I got the invite from, good old Ben here to go and see it. It was a lot more than I was willing to handle. The lady is insane. Wanted to make out with her dad, and he said no. Slapped her in the face. And I was like, oh, I forgot the 50s, they slap women then. And then she left. I was like, I'm gonna go make out with this dude. And then he died. And then I'm good with the whole plot. Spoiler alert. It was insane. Cinematography was actually really good. I was a huge fan of that. Lighting was kind of funny for that era, to just be like, you're just bright light and then shoot the dumb side is just like the cinematography term now for shooting on the bright side of the face. Really nerd review on that, but other than that, I'm not sure what you gave it out of 5 stars, but I gave it a 2. It was
I
not
give it
great.
a 3 just because James Dean is such an icon.
He's
but
an
I feel
icon,
but I feel like the movie pretty wacky. Not that good.
No, the last 3 minutes, dude gets wrecked, shot. He's just out on the ground.
I think it's safe to say. I think it's safe to say overrated.
Well, the thing is that I'm pretty sure his socks are red and green. So maybe the kid was colorblind, and I feel for that kid because I'm also colorblind. So if this kid woke up in the morning and was like, they're both brown, and he died, and the dude's laughing at him. He's like, yo, look at your socks, mismatch. And he's like, oh yeah, parents, my lady, we're dipping out.
By the way, he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it was insane. Yeah,
it was strange, and it was not very good.
Yeah, I need to see James Dean's 2 other movies, and hopefully they rank higher than this one. The kid who died was definitely gay for him. I mean,
totally.
Yeah, like you were saying in the theater, this is definitely like an examination on mental health in the 50s. So.
Oh yeah, and Plato was definitely deeply closeted.
He was not closeted. He was out there.
He was out there.
He outed himself.
He was out there, buddy.
Say, hey man.
Hey, you want to come home with me? I mean, there's nobody home at my house. Heck, I'm not tired. Are you? See, I don't have too many people I can... If you want to come, we could talk, and in the morning we could have breakfast like my dad used to. Gee, if only you could have been my dad. You flip...
Also, my favorite movie, Sing 2. Just kidding. But so the Plato character, super gay. He was, not that there's anything wrong with that, but he clearly wanted to bang James Dean. Just saying. Jim Backus, Mr. Howell from Gilligan's Island, best actor in the whole movie, in my opinion. That guy had some acting chops. He was the best part. The rest of the movie, wow, just weird, very weird. Callie, what did you think of the film?
Yep, I'd have to agree. The movie was whack. I have seen it once before, but I don't remember any of that stuff being in it, or the weird dialogue. Honestly, after seeing the movie, I couldn't tell you what it was about. It's a bunch of stuff that happened in the sequence of one day. This poor kid's first day at school. I mean, good thing James Dean is hot, because, his acting might have been okay, but it was just weird. It was a weird movie, weird stuff happened.
I think it was a very odd script.
Yeah.
I think we can.
I wonder if he'll pass geometry in his high school.
Doubt it.
He's really good at writing.
And I feel like he's definitely gonna have to move again, because he's already been involved with 2 murders. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Trouble seems to
going
follow
back.
him. Trouble seems to follow him.
He's the rebel without a cause, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got the bullets.
Go ahead, one more.
I got the bullets.
So anyway, as far as a classic film goes, this one might be on the overrated side, just a bit, because that script was pretty horrendous. But James Blean, I almost said James Blean. James Dean, rest in peace. But boy, what a strange film. If you haven't watched it in a while, go back and check out just how weird it is. Oh boy, I'm nervous about this one, but I'll go see it. Nightmare Alley. All right, so Nightmare Alley, the Guillermo del Toro film starring Bradley Cooper, Toni Collette, Willem Dafoe, Rooney Mara, quite the cast of characters. Ron Perlman was in there for a bit. Really good movie. It was strange, it was super bizarre, but really beautiful cinematography, wonderful cast, and actually it made me jump quite a few times. It wasn't necessarily a horror movie by any means, but there were some scenes that just like really shocked me and surprised me. But really well done, but some of the negatives, it was really long. It was a 2-hour and 20-minute movie, and right in the middle it kind of lost its footing. It kind of tended to drag on for a little bit. There was like 40 minutes that easily could have been condensed or cut out. That's my only complaint, but the rest of the movie really good. The set design was incredible. Like I said, fantastic cast, and it really drew me in, especially the first, like, I would say 45 minutes really drew me in. Then it kind of stagnated for a little bit, and then it really picked up again at the end, which was fantastic. So I would say my rating for Nightmare Alley would be a solid 3.5 out of 5. And I know a lot of people consider that to be a bad rating, especially when we did Spider-Man, but that's a good rating. That's a solid film. It's not perfect, but it's still really good. And you know, I save like 4.5 and 5 stars for like perfect films like Goodfellas and like Back to the Future, you know what I mean? So a 3.5 is a good rating. That's a good film. And this one gets a 3.5 out of 5 from me. Could have benefited from some quicker pacing, from a little more excitement, but definitely worth a watch, and one that I think I'll go back to again, and we'll probably appreciate more with subsequent viewings over time. So Nightmare Alley, worth a watch, but maybe wait to watch it at home because it's long. It's a long-ass movie, but solid. Definitely a solid watch. And yeah, Rebel Without a Cause, sorry to shit on a classic. It feels wrong shitting on a classic, but go back and rewatch it, and the dialogue is just so strange. It's just so incredibly strange. Not just because of the era that it was made. I mean, that's a part of it. You know, some of the lingo back then was pretty funny, and you know, I'm sure people 50 years from now or 80 years from now will think the way we talk is hilarious. But just literally, like, the delivery and the behavior of the characters was weird. It was just odd, you know, not it just being the 1950s, but aside from that, the presentation in Rebel Without a Cause was very strange. So go back and watch it and you'll see what I mean. But anyway, Rebel Without a Cause, 3 out of 5, and that's just being generous for the nostalgia and for James Dean. Weird movie, very strange. Nightmare Alley, 3.5 out of 5, really good, beautiful, but very long. Anyway, those are my reviews. Like I said, this year my goal, one of my New Year's resolutions, is to do one movie in theaters every single week this year. If I miss a week for whatever reason, I will go and see 2 the following week, and so on. So anyway, those are the first 2 movies of 2022. Thanks for watching, guys. More to come. God willing, weather permitting. Remain unfazed. See ya.
Hey, you want to come home with me? I mean, there's nobody home at my house. Heck, I'm not tired.